Hey everybody, Dave here. As you can see, just want to let everybody know that I'm actually doing a 30-day ClickFunnels challenge. It's called the One Funnel Away Challenge, and I was asked this currently to get used to publishing. It wants me to publish a business that I'm working on, a little side hustle, but I'm not ready to do that. But I do want to stick to my challenge and do a publish. So I'm going to get used to for the next 7 days, actually the next 30 days, to publish more about, it's supposed to be on business, but instead I'm just going to do about myself. So today I'm going to talk of something about a word that came a lot to me lately, or it started a few years ago. The word vulnerability. I dared to look up Brene Brown, vulnerability. Look on YouTube. She's got a book, all that stuff. Game changer. When I learned the opportunity about vulnerability was down in Austin, Texas, a few years ago. There's a group of guys. It was like a mastermind group down at the Onnit gym with Aubrey Marcus, and he, out of all 80 people, like the first half an hour, there was a coach, life coach was there, Christine Hatherley, and she picked two people on stage to bring up. First guy goes up there, really cool guy, successful, good, buff, the whole deal. Came up with a story and told this story and basically had us all in tears. So I'm halfway in tears. And then she, his story really connected with me and changed my story, what it was, what I was going in my head. And then she goes, hey, where was this, where's the guy who was talking about inner fire, which is what I raised my hand about earlier. I was like, oh shit. So I raised my hand. Next, I'm up on stage in front of 80 people. I don't even know any of them, and they're all cool people, like way cooler than me. I thought of the time, and I went up on stage, and because of what the first guy Joe shared, I was basically already almost in tears, and then I go up on stage and share my story of kind of what was going on in my life. Had a obviously unhappy relationship at that time with my then wife. Had a rough time with my mom, and then I don't know if you guys all know, but my dad passed away when I was a kid, so it just kind of all hit me at once. I'm half in tears. So then I'm going up on stage and decide to share my whole story for the first time with everybody and these people I don't even know, and I'm up there fucking whimpering like I can barely get the story out, and kind of do felt like such a big wuss, which at the time I didn't know that was vulnerability, but get up on stage, I was like, oh, break the story out and get done. And I was just received with so much love and compassion and from people that I've never expected that before. I've never been through that experience, and it was an emotion I've never felt before. So at the time I didn't know this, but that's what I realized later, that was being vulnerable, opened people up to receive. So that whole weekend, people were totally just sharing their stories with me and told me how much they appreciated me sharing. And I became it was a really amazing experience that weekend, only because of that, because I actually became vulnerable, and all these people wanted to share their story with me. And that was the first time I realized, one, vulnerability, but two, I want to help people. I enjoy that space to be able to help people, even just listening and going through what people are going through. And it also makes you realize that when you're going through the shit, everybody's got their own shit they're going through, and people just know, for everybody out there having, challenges in life that everybody has right now in some way, shape, or form, you're not alone. You're not by yourself. Everybody's going through some shit. So if it's me or someone else, share be vulnerable with somebody. And I can assure you, you'll learn one of two things. One, you'll become closer with that friend and realize that you're not the only one going through it. Or two, that person doesn't give a shit about you. You don't want them in your life anyway. So it's a filter, but also an opportunity to build connection with other people. And connection is what we're all thriving, missing right now with everything, with the lockdown and disease and the pandemic. You name it, connection is one of the biggest things. I don't know if you guys saw that article I posted, that they did a study from like 3 years ago that the number one actual epidemic was actually connection, where people were feeling loneliness, and that's where They were comparing loneliness to being is more just as damaging as 15 cigarettes a day, if you can kind of put that in perspective. So, on that note, there's day one vulnerability. As a comment, let me know you appreciate it. I wish you all the best. Connect, share, be vulnerable, guys. Love you.